Hello and welcome to the TottenhamAmerica channel. Today we will be reacting to Portugal's 3-2 victory over Ghana in the FIFA World Cup, as both teams put out a very spirited performance in the second fixture of Group H after the 0-0 draw between Uruguay and South Korea earlier this morning. We'll start with some reviews of the goals.
So the first half was completely goalless and there was no action in it whatsoever. The action started in the 65th minute when Ronaldo was brought down by Salisu in the penalty area and Portugal were awarded a penalty. Ronaldo stepped up to the spot and took the penalty and dispatched it brilliantly, and Portugal took the lead. Then in the 73rd minute, Ayew gives Ghana the equalizer. Kudus makes a great run in behind the Portuguese defense. He pokes a beautiful little cross across the 6-yard box where Ayew just dinks in a little finish and Ghana are level. Then 5 minutes later in the 78th minute, Joao Felix restores Portugal's lead and Portugal are up 2-1. Bruno Fernandes plays a perfectly weighted ball into Joao Felix, who finishes superbly. Then in the 80th minute, Portugal extend their lead with a goal from Rafael Leao, the substitute. Bruno Fernandes makes a great run down the middle of the field, and he perfectly times his ball to Rafael Leao, who strikes a beautiful right-footed finish into the bottom right corner of the net, and Portugal 3-1, and it looks like they're running away with it.
Ghana get a comeback going in the 89th minute as Ayew and Bukari, the substitute for, I believe it was Mohamed Kudus, heads into the back of the Portuguese net. A cross comes into the box from Rahman. It gets a deflection off of a Portuguese defender, and Bukari heads it in past Diogo Costa, and Portugal are now worried with just a 3-2 lead going into 9 minutes of added time, but ultimately that was the way the game ended. Portugal held on and got the win.
There was a huge scare right at the end of the added on time in the 99th minute. Diogo Costa made a terrible mistake. He dropped the ball down to his feet, and I forget who it was, but a Ghanaian player came from behind, snatched the ball away, but he did slip, and Ghana failed to score from a huge opportunity that they had to possibly draw level.
Yeah. A very, very good performance from Ghana today, and one that I think will give them a lot of confidence going into their next match against South Korea. So this will make it tricky for South Korea and for Ghana. Portugal, of course, they came out with their players, but they lost a lot towards the last 10 minutes. They kind of let Ghana dominate. But we saw it all. They finished them up in about 15 minutes. Those 3 goals from Ronaldo, Felix, and Rafael Leao were enough to do the damage. The question for them will now just be holding on to these leads, because if they do, if they do let it slip against better teams like, England, Spain, Germany, you can't really say Germany, England, Spain, Brazil even, they could, there's not a guarantee that they'll keep hold of the lead. Especially that last mistake from Diogo Costa. That was bad. The only reason he was saved was because the Ghanaian attacker slipped. As soon as he got the ball, he slipped. So otherwise, they would have equalized.
That was a relieved Diogo Costa at the end of the match there after that mess up by him. But as for Ghana, it's a brilliant performance by them. They put so much passion into this game.
Yeah.
Their real main man today was Mohamed Kudus in midfield, who kept driving forward, playing exquisite passes to the strikers, and I think he was the best player for Ghana today.
I really think there's not a single person who really thought that Ghana would come out with this kind of a performance against Portugal. I think a lot of people thought it would be a simple victory, but unfortunately at this World Cup, nothing has been a simple victory for any team. And Ghana showed that again. They put the spirit into their performance, and these next couple of matches will be interesting with Ghana in it.
There's only been one simple victory in this World Cup, which is the straightforward 7-0 win for Spain against Costa Rica.
Yeah. That was the only really expected win. Also Belgium versus Canada, and I guess France versus Australia and England versus Iran. But all the other ones have been either draws or shocking defeats or narrow wins. Which, well, it'll be an interesting World Cup to say the least. We are just on day 5 of this FIFA World Cup. And we've still got just under a month to go. Probably around 20, 25 days of this beautiful sport. And it was a great game to watch.
Yeah, a brilliant game. The first half was very actionless. The second half was amazing. 3 goals for Portugal in about 15 minutes. That looked like that had won the game. But Ghana fought back and they kept fighting. They never gave up.
So this is how Group H looks after the Portugal 3, Ghana 2 game and the earlier morning game between South Korea and Uruguay. So in 4th place, Ghana sit with 0 points, 1 game played, 1 loss. Uruguay and South Korea are tied in 2nd place on 1 point after they drew in a 0-0 draw earlier this morning. And Portugal and Cristiano Ronaldo lead the group with 3 points, 1 win on the board after 1 game. So that is how Group H looks after today's results. But this will be certainly a group to watch. The next set of matches for this group will be on Monday, November 28th. So just in 4 days will we see really a better definition of what this group could look like after 2 games. But that is it for our reaction to an incredibly wild game between Portugal and Ghana. If you enjoyed, make sure you smash the subscribe button, hit the like button if you want to see more FIFA World Cup content. Comment down below what your reactions to this match were, and until next time,
Come on, you Spurs!